So welcome again to another in our series of GBMC's Chapel Chats. I'm Reverend Sandy Rector, staff chaplain here at GBMC. Today I want to share with you just a brief line of scripture from Psalm 130. Out of my depths I cry to you, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let your ears be attentive to my cry for mercy. Part of my role as a chaplain means that I spend a lot of my time with families who are facing sometimes the most difficult days that they ever experience. They're vulnerable. These are trying times. It can really be the worst days of their lives. Now, the staff here at the hospital is exceptional, and thanks to them, many of our patients who come through our doors have surgery or procedures or treatments that allow them to leave this place and go back to life as they knew it, or to a new life that might be adjusted a little bit, but they leave here doing very well. But that's not always the case. For each family, for at least a little while, there's often a place of fear and pain and uncertainty. I often spend time with anxious families as they wait for news, as they give treatments and antibiotics time, or they wait to see if their loved one will be successfully extubated, to see if surgery is successful. I see these times as a holy privilege. And I often see extraordinary friends who come and sit with them too and try to give them comfort, who say things that are well-meaning and well-intentioned, but don't really fit the bill. And perhaps you, going through this difficult time as we're experiencing this pandemic, are hearing the same kinds of things from your friends or your family. You know, God meant this for a reason. Or God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Now, it might make the person who's saying those words feel better for a minute, but we recognize and feel that they fall far short. One of the things that I love about the Psalms is that they do not try to make it all better when it's not okay. Instead, they give us honesty. The writers talk about grief and pain and doubt. And as the psalmist wrote in today's verse, sometimes they even call out to God out of the depths of the worst day of their lives. One day I was sitting with a crying family member who a clearly uncomfortable friend tried to comfort by saying, "It's all right." And the family member closed her eyes and began to cry harder and said, "It's not all right. It really isn't." And in that moment, it wasn't all right. And just like the Psalms, that cry was probably one of the most honest prayers and cries I have ever heard. So as we walk through this difficult time as a hospital, as caregivers, as people who have compassion for those that are entrusted to our hands and our hearts, let us lean on God during this difficult time, because God is big enough to hear the deepest longings, our fears, and the concerns of our heart. Amen.